I've been thinking about lately is that calm doesn't just happen. It may look passive from the outside, but it's actually shaped by intention. Calm is cultivated like a garden, slowly and perfectly over time. We don't plant a seed and expect it to bloom the same day. So why do we expect that of ourselves? Even though we can learn and grow quickly, we don't always get it right, and that's okay. Like anything we tend to, calm requires intention, patience, and the willingness to let go. So the question is, how do we actively cultivate calm? So today, let's plant a seed together and begin cultivating calm. Calm for me always begins with God. God is the anchor of my life. No matter what, whether things feel within my control or completely outside of it, God remains constant, an anchor in the storm. For me, it begins internally through connection with God, through prayer and quiet moments, and remembering that I was never meant to carry everything alone. From the end of the earth I will cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Through prayer, quiet moments, small pauses where I realign my heart, where I release, or at least I try to, pressure to control everything, and remember that I don't have to carry the weight of every outcome. The opposite of calm often shows up as anxiety, fear, anger, and stress. Those are weeds I have to tend to continually so they don't choke out the calm I'm trying to cultivate. From there, I try to support calm in other practical ways. Not by planning perfectly, but by doing what I can to remove unnecessary friction. That looks like planning ahead when possible, maybe planning our meals or our week or the rhythms of our days. Even when things don't go as planned, I've noticed that there's usually so much more that does. When I plan and have margin, I don't have to stress as much. It gives me a feeling of relief knowing what I have on my plate and if I need to take something off or if something needs to be added. When I create even a little space, calm has room to grow. Something else that I'm realizing is that planning isn't about control. It's actually about care. Because even if we plan everything perfectly, most likely it's not going to go exactly as we planned, and that's just real life. Planning helps me show up more present, less reactive, and better able to meet the day as it comes. Planning feels a lot like tending to the soil, preparing the ground so growth has a better chance. Home is a place where we spend the most time outside of work, so it should feel like a place where calm can live. Just like a garden needs soil, light, and water, our home is meant to nourish our hearts and our bodies. I'm deeply affected by my environment, not just emotionally, but physically as well. That's why it's important to me to keep a space that's clean, tidy, supportive of our well-being. Our biology responds to our surroundings, and often the state of our mind reflects the state of our environment. When things are cared for and cleared out, it becomes easier to enjoy the fruit of what we've grown. This is something I struggle with, and that's why I'm talking to you guys about it today, because I know I'm not the only one. The purpose of this is not perfection. The purpose is for care and for growth, and we can all do a little bit of that. This is something I'm actively learning how to receive in my own life. There are beautiful days and messy days, but calm isn't about perfection. It's about continuing to try. None of this is possible, though, without rest. Rest in practical ways, like going to bed at a good time and caring for our bodies. And rest in deeper ways, too, like letting go of things and placing it into God's hands, the things our own hands were never meant to hold. This one is very hard, but if we can learn to do it, it will lift the weight off of us, because it's not supposed to be our weight. The thing I've noticed, especially since becoming a mother, is that our lives move in rhythms and seasons. Seasons of growth, and there's seasons of harvest. There's a winter season. What I've learned through seasons is that rest is not optional. It's essential. Sometimes rest looks like a Sabbath. Sometimes it means stepping back from things when your hands are already full. Sometimes it's simply choosing to stop scrolling on your phone, and go to sleep. A time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time of peace. God has made everything beautiful in its time. Rest is not wasted time. It's productive. It's necessary. And I know sometimes we already know these things, but it almost takes being told a couple times before we truly believe it for ourselves. And sometimes we just need a reminder that, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, is there a place where I can step back and have a little rest? Am I being mom full 24/7, or can I take 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes to myself? And of course, that will look different in different seasons for different people, but it's all about the intention. It's all about taking care of yourself, your spiritual, mental, and physical well-being. If we want to be fruitful, we have to allow ourselves to rest, and that's part of how calm takes root. We do what we can and then trust God with the rest. And I think that's the takeaway, y'all, that trusting God does not mean that you do nothing. It doesn't mean like, okay, God, I give it to you, I'm doing nothing about this. And it also doesn't mean that you do everything and you're like, I got this, God, I'll figure it out, I'll make it happen. It's about giving what you can't control to God and doing what you can with the rest of it and walking in faith. And so I hope this was helpful and inspiring for you guys. I know I needed to hear this because this is something I have to reset daily in my mind and remind myself. So I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. Leave me a flower or garden emoji down in the comments if you've made it to the end. Bye, guys.